Having swapped the rear cowling for the one on his backup boat in an attempt to create a different airflow over the engine and so eliminate the unwanted water intake, Ronald moves the boat to its starting position. A specialist crane has been designed to lift the 245-kilogram boat safely over the pit area and the audience and into the water. This is the only way of putting the boats in the water during the competition. As the beginning of the heat draws near, Ronald withdraws, becoming silent, almost like a different person. His way of dealing with the tension is to focus totally on the race ahead. 24 of the world's greatest Formula 4 pilots line up in starting positions, centimeters apart, as they wait for the start signal. After the success in the trials, Ronald starts in third position. As the field starts to open up, Ronald closes the gap with the leader Frode Sandal in the green boat. As they pass a turn buoy for the first time, Ronald's proven correct about problems with driving into the wind. Many boats are thrown into the air, dangerously close to flipping. Fortunately, Ronald's team increased the negative angle on the engine, giving him more stability. As Ronald blasts through the mist, he demonstrates a sculling technique employed by experienced pilots. This allows air to escape from under the boat when driving into the wind, causing a downward pressure on the boat. Unfortunately, not all of Ronald's colleagues are as experienced on rough water. The field widens further as the faster boats, with more able pilots, pull ahead. Ronald's boat is making good time. Even in rough conditions, his average lap time is 56 seconds. This speed, combined with a good starting position on the grid, enables him to push for second place. As he approaches Frode Sandal on the outside, he has to swing wide as they come to the turn buoy due to the high winds. Ronald makes up for lost time by angling the boat away from the center line, avoiding the wind and keeping lift down. As Ronald takes the turn buoy, he knows that he can keep the boat on the water, but one of his colleagues is not so able. A boat flips at the 180-degree turn, and the heat is stopped. The boats line up. Ronald is still in third position, but his good friend Rolf Magnussunder now has pole position. Ronald's engine falters as he fails to pull away. This is a recurrence of an ignition problem encountered during the early days of engine testing. He manages to fire the engine and get back into the race, but he's now in 23rd place. 2 weeks before the race, Ronald took the engine to the manufacturer's Yamaha to have the timing and CDI ignition box checked. He was having problems with the cold startup even then. When the engine was first delivered, it needed extensive tuning. It was tested in a water tank to simulate race conditions. The engine was restored to racing standards and then passed to Ronald's team for further improvements. The CDI timing box, which controls the strength and regularity of the ignition spark, was the cause of Ronald's ignition problem. Ronald suspected that the controlling electronic black box was at fault, but a bench test seemed to give it a clean bill of health. Back at the race, the Heat 1 restart progresses well. Rolf Magnussunder, number 33, has maintained pole position, whilst Ronald has managed to recover from his false start, which left him in 23rd place. He's moved back up 18 places to hold 5th place, with his lap time down to 49 seconds. Ronald and his boat are operating at peak performance, recovering despite the false start. The field is wide open. Ronald has his eye on third place. He corners well, opening the engine up in the straight. He knows that he has little chance of making third place in this heat unless something happens to the boats ahead of him. It's difficult for pilots to see through the mist as they overtake. They're virtually blind, driving on instinct as they cut through the spray. Still in fifth place, Ronald has a good run. If he can maintain his pace and cornering speed, he'll be well placed for the start of Heat 2. As the race can be won on the best of 4 heats, Ronald now has a good chance of winning, as long as he can hold his position in this heat. Many of the pilots are still finding cornering difficult in the windy conditions. They're cutting in tight to the turnbuoy. They're on the edge of control. Ronald powers up to the turnbuoy in 5th place as the heat draws to a close. Disaster. The Portuguese boat tried to take the turn wide on Ronald's outside, but his steering blocked up, cutting across Ronald's exit from the turnbuoy. Ronald had nowhere to go but into the Portuguese boat. Ronald's immediate reaction is anger. As he looks back at his boat, he sees that it's sinking fast. Ronald's family and friends can only watch as the stewards upend the boat so as to stop it taking in water. The rescue boats react very quickly, pulling both pilots out of danger. Ever the sportsman, Ronald forgives and shakes the Portuguese pilot's hand. The damage to Ronald's boat looks irreparable. He took the precaution of bringing a second boat, but the competition rules don't allow him to race it, only to cannibalize it for parts. Ronald's dreams of winning are all but over. His team will have to go to extraordinary lengths to get him back into the race.